consciousness had been trapped by the doctor. But we followed the so much time has already passed since then. And it seems Sumeru's changing. Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahida won't have any more new problems. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of. Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. Anyway, for Nahida's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next...
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually... But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried.
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going-away party or any... Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real...
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru. Sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port. Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. heard that the industry here is extremely developed. Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something. What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah! The more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we? To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story's...
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but nope.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we...
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened.
Really? Like, a real trial?
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone... Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage... Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclet.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously?
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honor, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
You're a trees? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's curious. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question.
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with... In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care...
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an...
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time...
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that... Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could...
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of...
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her. Hello there. Excuse me?
Huh? I'm fine.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem...
About many things, actually. But there's no... I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Though people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake and though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now he would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone bright, but now the water is gradually swallowing our It won't be long before
sorry.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our child. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she...
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were...
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no... Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formed...
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, Traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking...
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of
Oh! Alright then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a... By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydra...
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go... Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina...
So, she's the Hydra Archon?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration, if you don't have one. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion, who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few... But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? Miss Hydro Archon?
Ah, I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette?
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still...
Is she waiting for us to start
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are...
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike, you may consider this my reward to all of you.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind...
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw... Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the god of justice...
Whoa, all right.
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a...
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the op. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put... According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each...
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's...
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait,
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then, in the name of the Hydro...
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you... I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
you tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could...
Great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the... So, with such an audience gathered here, allow...
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This...
You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected...
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. the god of But when there are valid grounds, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette.
Unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House.
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by...
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have some... Oh, you really mean it? Then this is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute...
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before... I'm not sure exactly when it began, but it says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Oh.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any...
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been...
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think... We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure...
Oh! Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just... Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone near...
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy?
What? You mean you don't...
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe... The story says that people once lived in the ocean. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels. and So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all,
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater.
all right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being...
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been... Oh, a magic pocket? Thanks. Please, also thank...
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about...
You should still take it.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that... If I...
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers.
It seems we have to use Hydra to collect for maritime flowers.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have...
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the opera house?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon can...
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention and a distracted audience is... Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Time's over.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running. What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took?
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you. Anyway, I should be going now.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Linny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it.
You're right, you're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I... But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it was...
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious...
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several... It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older...
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on...
Oh, excuse me. Aren't you the great magician Linny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
Amazing! You recognized everybody almost immediately!
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day. Who knew I would end up on the same boat as...
So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle. Even if it's, for example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious if I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked. And it's the headline story in the steamboat. Oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young...
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that but the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever... Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest... Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserve... I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price...
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant...
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
Oh, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at...
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing...
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all...
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't...
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a...
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very...
Linny, could you come here for...
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a... Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make...
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play... Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very... Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. It rained for longer than I suspected.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last... On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel... Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop. I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative.
No trouble at all! Don't worry, we're on the case!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such
Oh, no need! This'll be a walk in the park for us!
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps...
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials.
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several... No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run.
Wow. So, is...
I can't say for sure, but who knows?
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest tech.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of...
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself. When a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it...
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the oratrice was... But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy...
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes... Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called mumusia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're...
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to...
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month?
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe...
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle... If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of more.
You're from Northland Bank. But we said...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly, but it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here, either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you...
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit... Listen to me, boy. If you want Chamora, fine.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser,
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boy!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this won't take long.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them.
Strange. How could that happen? First...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? What?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot, but recently, there seems to be some sort of restless powers.
Maybe you losing control of your vision.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, it was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and she was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. Because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training—
But what is it? What did you—
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to a dream. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all—
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale.
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my element. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into—
Oh, it sounds like some kind of—
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters— Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of
Official champion duelists?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court. They're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting— The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal— And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the— Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. From what I can— So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor.
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show— Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with. Which is exactly why I was— Apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for—
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have—
Huh? Your vision? You're serious?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I—
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be—
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Paimon never saw that twist. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it. Oh, Sorry about that. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House? Lily said that the Opera House is on Aeneas, so let's go